2025 was the first year in my life that I did not set myself on fire to keep other people warm. And I think it's one of my best accomplishments. Even beyond hitting my first million this year and all of the things I've accomplished this year, because honestly, I would have not been able to meet my personal goals and my business goals had I not did the biggest thing I've ever done in my life, which is stop setting myself on fire to keep other people warm. All right, let's get into it. As I wash the dishes that's been sitting in my sink for like a week, they just keep getting soapy bleach water ran over them every day, but they haven't been washed. So I'm gonna finally wash them today. So just hang on tight with me. So yes, y'all, I've lived a life of setting myself on fire to keep other people warm. It's kind of the norm. It just tends to become your norm when you're raised up and groomed in narcissism and codependency from childhood. It just becomes your norm to put yourself last, consider everybody else. And because I'm very empathetic, I'm very big into feeling other people. Okay, y'all, I'm back, child. It was something up here, and I was like, what the hell was that? Y'all, it was some soap. But anywho, let's get back to it. But because I'm just naturally very empathetic, I feel everything and everyone, honey. If anybody has had a consultation or anything, y'all just know. I be knowing stuff. And I've always been like that, just very energetically sensitive. Not to mention, I'm just naturally very nurturing and motherly. Because I'm like that, and it's funny because I always joke, with other people, and I'm like, shoot, I was born into the world mothering. I've had to literally learn to stop mothering everyone and learn how to mother myself. But because I was born so energetically sensitive and able to read in and feel everyone and everything, plus how I was, just groomed up in narcissism and codependency and self-abandoning and self-neglecting and self-rejecting, and this goes on, it's ancestral. It's not even just ancestral, but specifically when we're talking with people of color and women, is culture as well. I've had to literally choose to not continue that same behavioral pattern, that same just limiting, those limitations, those belief systems that surround that whole allowing people to drain you, self-sacrifice and self-abandoning for the potential of others. Because I chose in 2024 for that to be the last time that I allow myself to be in those type of loops with others, to self-abandon, to self-neglect, to self-abuse, to play small, make myself small, be inconsiderate towards myself, neglect myself and my needs in order to show up for everybody. Because 2024 was the last year that I promised that I would do that, 2025 has been totally different. 2025 has been a life-changing year for me. And my thing is, y'all, it has not been easy. Honey, it's been a lot of telling people no, honey. And being okay and sitting with the discomfort of telling people no. Because my thing is, me feeling other people has not stopped. So I can feel other people's discomfort and disappointment, anxiety, their sadness. I can feel that when I tell people no. But I've had to become okay with simply sitting with it and realizing I'm not responsible for other people's emotions. I'm not responsible for how other people feel. And it's so crazy when you stop doing something, you don't even realize how much it actually told on you to do it for so long. I didn't realize how being so responsible for everybody's emotions and for making sure everybody's good and the environment is good, and oh, this person doesn't feel well, oh, this person's upset, oh, this person's sad. Let me see how I can fix it. And it's like I've been doing that since 1991, since I came up in this world. And it was so laborious. Yes, laborious. It was just so, y'all like when I use a big word, don't you? It was just so intensive on me. It took a lot of my energy. It took a lot of my strength. It took a lot of my power. And that's why I say, when you stop carrying other people's burdens and being responsible for other people, you get so much of your own power and your energy back. And truthfully, that's the only reason I think I was able to hit so many different goals in my life, such as, getting my body to look how I want it to look, making the money that I wanted to make in business, being able to balance out resting, not overextending myself for people, really being balanced in how I show up in relationships and connections. I feel like by me setting boundaries, standing up for myself, being okay telling people no, being okay disappointing people, being okay not being responsible for people, and realizing that, yes, if you grew up in an abusive household, which I did, disappointing people, making people upset did mean danger. And so your nervous system is kind of groomed into thinking, I have to keep people pleased. I have to keep the environment safe. I have to make sure I don't disappoint anybody, because that is how I stay safe. If I disappoint somebody, if I make somebody upset, I may be hit. I might be emotionally abused. I might be told I'm not shit. I might be told I'm worthless. I ain't gonna never be nothing. I might get hit with an extension cord. I might get hit with a belt. I might get hit with a fist. I might be rejected. I might be neglected. I might be abandoned. Because of those things in your childhood, you grow up as an adult, still doing the same things, still walking on eggshells, still making sure you please people, because pleasing people means safety for you, even though you're no longer a child. And more than likely, nobody is going to harm you. And if somebody was to, let's say, reject you or abandon you, you're going to be okay. You're not going to die like you would possibly if you were an infant or something and somebody, rejected you or abandoned you. So it has come with a lot of somatic work, working the trauma out of your body, which Body Wisdom Academy, ran by Leslie, was very, very helpful. Loved it. Definitely would highly recommend it. But dealing with not only the psychological things behind it, dealing with the trauma and how it's stored within the nervous system and the body. Because it's like, yes, you have the mind and you can always talk through things of the mind, but the trauma is still in the physical body. It's still housed in the nervous system. And until you reset the nervous system, you're still going to be triggered here and there. So yes, it has been a lot of work, and it has not been necessarily an easy process, but it's been a very fulfilling process. And it's been, I feel like, one of the first times in my life that I'm truthfully doing something for me. Like, this is all about me becoming the best version of myself. Me really being my most authentic, genuine self, being who I am before this world attempted to put me in a box, attempted to write my story for me. So when I say I have not been setting myself on fire, and 2025 is the first year I have not done so, it wasn't just about telling people no. When it came down to people pulling on me or people attempting to put me in a role that they had written for me that just didn't work for me. Even in relationships, it's like If I'm not liking what is being served up, I was okay saying, hey, well, thank you for everything, but this ain't gonna work for me. Whether it's romantic, whether it's friendship, whether it's business, I was okay walking away from anything that was not mutually beneficial. And this is one thing for so long, that when I say setting yourself on fire for other people, for so long I was willing to stay in things, whether it was business, personal, romantic, friendships. I was willing to stay in relationships that were only benefiting the other person and was wearing and tearing on me. And some part of me felt like, oh, well, I'm doing the right thing by enduring. I'm doing the right thing by continuing to show up and give. And it could have come from unworthiness. It could have come from being groomed as a child, within the same type of relationships. It could have came from wanting the validation, wanting to feel seen, feeling like if I give enough, finally somebody will appreciate me. It could have came from all of that. But one thing I've had to realize is you have to take care of you, Jessica. And if something is not right for you, if something is not working for you, you need to be honest with yourself. And a part of that is listening to yourself. I think for so long, I wasn't really listening to myself. And when you don't listen to yourself, you're going to have a lot of rage and anger from constantly being violated and allowing yourself to be violated. And it's like you're suppressing yourself. You're suppressing your needs. You're suppressing your desires to show up for everybody else. And that creates a really deep rage and anger within you. And it was just time to not do that anymore. And I'm telling you, a lot of the no's and stuff and a lot of the walking away, it came with anxiety because it was something very new for me. It came with guilt. It came with, feeling like, am I going to get something better? Am I going to come upon something better if I let this go? It came with a lot of that. But one thing I've had to learn with myself is be okay sitting through the negative emotions and the negative feelings. They're not going to be there forever. And we have to stop giving it so much power over us and realize emotions and feelings, they're allowed to be there. That doesn't mean that you have to feed into the story. That doesn't mean that you have to allow them to overwhelm you. Be okay sitting with emotions and feelings without letting them overwhelm and overtake and control you. Be okay with just sitting with them and letting them be. Be okay sitting with the guilt. Be okay sitting with the shame. Be okay sitting with the embarrassment. Be okay sitting with the disappointment. Be okay sitting with the abandonment and the rejection that you might get when you tell people no and when you refuse to play small, when you refuse to play along with their stories. Be okay with people not wanting you around, with people thinking that you're selfish, with people thinking that you're a bad person. You have to be okay. It's okay. And it's like we always talk about, we want people to love us unconditionally. We want people that will stick by our side. We want people that will continue to show up for us, when it's good and when it's bad. Well, first, you got to be that person for yourself. If you're always disassociating and abandoning yourself when it comes down to negative feelings and emotions, if you're always doing things, people pleasing and sacrificing yourself so you don't have to feel the disappointment, the sadness, the upset from another person that is going to come when you put yourself as a priority, when you consider yourself, when you do what's best for you, then you're not being the type of person that you actually say you want in your life. If you can't even stay with yourself through guilt, shame, embarrassment, disappointment, how do you think you're going to attract those friends, those kindred spirits, those relationships of people who are able to stand with you through all of the different ranges of activities and emotions that may come up in this thing that we call life? So that's one of the things I had to do for myself. Stay with myself regardless of what comes up. Don't disassociate. Because me, honey, one reason why I'm a master manifester is because the imagination goes crazy, honey. As a child, one way that I survived in childhood is literally escaping through my imagination. I would, y'all, I literally spent most of my childhood in Jacksonville, Florida. Till this day, I can't drive around Jacksonville, Florida without a GPS. I don't know how to get from one side of town to the next. I barely know how to get from, I barely know how to travel around the same part of town without a GPS because I was always just in my imagination. I would literally just go off into the dream world, honey. And that's how I kind of would disassociate from the crazy ass childhood that I had. So now as an adult who is focused on being intentional and present and fully active and a participant in my own life, realizing that I have the control over my life now, I had to practice not disassociating and not suppressing myself. Not disassociating with when things got hard or uncomfortable, but staying with myself through the discomfort, through the disappointment, through the emotional unrest, through sadness and disappointment, because life is going to life. And when you're being your most genuine, authentic self and you're showing up fully as yourself, some things are going to align and some things are not. And you have to be okay with the losses and the things that just don't work out and the things that fall through and the upheaval that happens. It's just a part of life, but life goes on and there's always a dualistic side. So there's good and bad that's going to happen. But through it all, I want to be with myself. I want to always be here for me. I want to always be present and loving and standing with me. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm telling you, this year was the first year I feel like I've been present for the most part. And when I wanted to disassociate or disengage or suppress, there's a side of me that was like, nah, that's not what we doing. We showing up for ourselves how we've showed up for other people. We've shown up for ourselves how we would want other people to show up for us. And this has been, it's just, I'm just so proud of me. Like, y'all, even though this has been such a transformative year, the peace that goes beyond understanding, even when the storm is outside, even when the storm is inside, the peace of just knowing that I'm always with me. I have my back. I'm always grounded and solid in me. It's just been like, I don't know. It's just like, this is what I've been looking for my entire life. So yes, in summary, because I'm trying to make sure I don't, repeat myself over y'all. I ain't got my little receipt with stuff written on it. But it's like not setting myself on fire to keep other people warm. It has included, 1, having boundaries and sticking to those boundaries. And when things don't work for me, when things are not mutually beneficial, including me, being okay saying no thank you. And letting that person be responsible for however the hell they feel. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility is how I feel about it. Number 2, being okay. Telling people no on many things. Be okay. If, like I said, with point number 1, if it don't work for you, it don't work for you. It's okay to say no, honey. Nobody is going to beat you, kill you, whatever else. I mean, and if they are, honey, you need to get away from them. Those are not your people. If you got people that are abusing you when you say no, that's your cue to get as far as possible away from those people. Yeah, keep those people with no access to you at all. If you're actually in danger emotionally, physically, spiritually, by standing up for yourself or doing what is best for yourself. Get as far away as possible for those people. Number 3, on the point of not burning yourself alive to keep other people warm, is refusing to play small in order to keep other people comfortable. Refusing to minimize and humble yourself so other people can feel good about themselves, so other people can feel comfortable around you. That's one of the big parts I've had to practice this year as well. And all of this really, with everything I've said, it all comes from finally considering yourself. Finally putting yourself as a priority in your own life. Considering your needs, your desires. Considering what do you want and how do you feel. And realizing that other people's wants, desires, and feelings are not more important than yours. Not in your own life. So, not playing small, not being humble because other people are going to feel some type of way that you're so great, that you're so beautiful, that you're so successful, that your energy is so intense, that you're so talented, that you're so quirky, that you're so smart, that you're so whatever. Because that's something that I've struggled a lot with. And it all comes from childhood. And it's just like, if I wasn't getting held at home, I was getting held, at school with, oh, Miss Barbie doll. Oh, she thinks she all that. Folks want to jump on me. Y'all, this is why, I had to be fighting, y'all. This is why I had to turn into Mike Tyson. To protect myself from people just wanting to attack me and come after me. I remember one girl, oh, I don't like her because every time I see her, she's laughing. Ain't nothing that funny. Ain't nothing all that funny for her always to be laughing. You mad because I stay laughing? People would just make up issues. And I understand what it was now. I understand now. But back then I didn't understand because I'm just me. Like, why is people coming up with issues? Why are people calling me weird? Why is people calling me, stuck up and I think I'm better than other people? And why she always dressed up? And why she always... So it kind of got me into minimizing myself. Playing small, not really telling people about my accomplishments. Because for me, success just comes naturally for me, honey. Anything I put my hand to turns into gold. That's just me. Anything I'm truly passionate about and I'm into, I'm going to make it into a masterpiece. And for so long, I would just do stuff in private because I felt like, the minute you start showing your accomplishments and what you got going on, people hate. People attack you. People come after you. And one thing I've realized this year is, and what? So what? Let them hate. Let them come after you. There's going to be plenty of people that will love you, that will celebrate you, that will show up for you when you are yourself and when you allow your greatness to shine. Yeah, there's going to be people that hate you. There's going to be people that are jealous. Let's call a thing what it is. I didn't want to call it out for so long, but let's call it what it is, jealousy. Insecurity and jealousy. There's going to be people that feel like, oh, you got it easy because you this and that. There's going to be people that feel all type of ways. Just like I told you earlier on that other people's feelings are not your concern. This includes their insecurities. This includes their jealousy and their hate. None of that is your concern. If anything, focus on those who are celebrating you. Focus on those who look forward to hearing from you and seeing you. Those who look forward to seeing what outfit you're going to put on next. Honey, there's people that, I hear from in the DMs or I might meet them in person at one of my events. Or I might just meet them randomly. And they're like, oh my goodness, I love your videos. I love seeing you dress up in the outfits. I love seeing what you're going to talk about next. And y'all, that is just so new for me. Like being celebrated. People, enjoying everything that I bring is so new for me. Because for so long, people always act like they was just so bothered. Like I was just doing too much. Oh, you do too much. And now, one thing I've had to realize is I've had to learn self-validation. And realize my validation does not come from the outside of me. I have to be okay with me regardless of what is going on, regardless of who is around, regardless of how other people feel. Not my concern. So even with the love and the people who show up for me and stuff, I love it. I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, I can't even let that pull me too much because then I'm still allowing the outside to validate me. I've had to learn to be okay with me. Y'all, and there's still people till this current day. Y'all, I had somebody try me a month ago, asking me, why you always dressed up? Why you always got to be doing all that? Like, do you wear some regular clothes? And I held it together really good. But I had to tell the other person that I met this person through, baby, honey, don't have that little heifer around me, baby. And I had to let her know, baby, I'm grown. I wear what I want to wear. Now, once I realized how she was, I had to keep my distance, baby, because I'd be about to beat your ass. Because I ain't going to have too many words with you, honey. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. If you get mad about it, I can dog walk you. But honestly, I've learned I don't have to be around people like that. And I refuse to. I don't have to be around people like that. And I'm okay checking people. I'm okay telling them, baby, stop being concerned with how I'm dressed. I'm grown. Do I ask you why you always got sweatpants on and Converse and you're 53 years old? But honestly, I've become okay. When I see how people are, I distance myself. Oh, those are not my people. So let me distance myself from those type of people. And I'm okay, honey, with people turning their noses up as I'm as big as God made me to be. So, y'all, the phone died and I had to charge it. However, look at this, y'all. The dishes are done. The sink is clean. We finally, them dishes was in there for a whole week, y'all. I just kept running water on them. I kept letting out the water at night and then running on them in the morning. Y'all, they was tender, honey. Y'all, they had soap for 1,000 years, honey. They was tender. All I had to do was wipe them a little bit, honey, and they was clean. But with all that being said, to sum everything up, because I know this has been a long conversation, one of my greatest accomplishments that definitely has been a pivotal, like just time. This has been one of the biggest transformations in my life is really putting myself as a priority, living in my truth, living in my fullness, no longer being responsible for other people's emotions, no longer carrying other people's burdens, no more minimizing myself for people and playing small to keep other people comfortable, no longer harming myself, burning myself to keep other people warm. Finally, taking care of myself, showing up for myself, saying no, being able to stay with myself in the discomfort of other people being uncomfortable, of other people being disappointed, being able to truly do what is right for me and what works for me. Whew, it feels good. It feels hella good. It feels like this is what I've always needed in my life. And the crazy thing is, the more I've done this, the more people that are not truly for me just fall out of my life. And it makes room for the people who are in true alignment with me. The people who want me to take care of myself, want me to put myself as a priority, want me to feel good standing in my power and my truth. People who are not okay with me minimizing myself, not okay with me disregarding myself, not okay with me playing small. It has made more room for those people. People who are truly here for the real, authentic, genuine, fully loved, fully rested, fully cared for Jessica. So yes, one of my biggest accomplishments, getting back home to me.